Cuts, scrapes, even those pesky nosebleeds as well. A new product promising to stop the bleeding without a single bandage. It's a Bay Area company, believe it or not, that makes it. They believe their product will change how we stock our own medicine cabinets. Dr. Joe tonight is going to show us how it works.
When we get hurt, we're under pressure to stop the bleeding and stop it fast. One of the most popular options is almost 100 years old. Born out of the roaring 20s, a time when Prohibition changed how we socialized, Art Deco changed how we built, and newly invented Band-Aids changed how we treat wounds.
I am stuck on Band-Aid because Band-Aids stuck on me.
For decades, adhesive bandages have been the gold standard for at-home care, but innovation is again meeting the marketplace. A Bay Area company says its product stops bleeding, no bandage required.
This puts a seal over the wound and stops the bleeding instantly, eliminates all those dressing changes and a nuisance associated with that.
Tim Kelly helps run Sarasota-based BioLife. The company makes WoundSeal.
It's almost safe like putting a cork in a wine bottle, if you will. It just seals it up at the surface.
That seal saved Janet Wilmink a trip to the hospital.
I was just home doing the dishes, and I had a very sharp knife, and it cut across this finger, and pretty deep.
Instead of reaching for bandages, Janet grabbed a sample of WoundSeal.
And then I just opened it up, and I just sprinkled it on right over that cut, and immediately it crusted over. It didn't hurt. It stopped bleeding.
The barrier forms a scab, preventing germs from coming in and blood from leaking out. It's considered kid-friendly and sweat-proof, but unlike other powdered-based hemostatic agents, WoundSeal is going after a different market.
The patients we've been making a difference with are people on blood thinners.
A lot worse off than I am.
People like Roger Thomas.
When they put you on blood thinners, you are prone to be careful because you know that you're going to bleed.
That's because blood thinners turn off our natural clotting systems. Instead, WoundSeal works on proteins in the blood instead of platelets.
We think we have a chance to make a difference there.
A difference this Bay Area business believes will continue transforming wound care, just as Band-Aids did, for decades to come.
It's not just sold in stores. Professional sports teams are also using it. So are doctors' offices, cath labs, and even hospitals.
It's pretty wild. So you just pour it on there and just kind of hold it. I mean, that's the idea.
Yes, you still need to hold pressure on it.
Okay. I can see the uses at home with kids, knees, scratches, stuff like that.
Yes.
A lot of people have used stuff, but doctors would be interested in something like this too, right, in a more clinical setting?
Yeah, especially in a cath lab. When you've done a procedure, you go into a major vessel, and so you need to stop that bleeding. A lot of times they hold pressure for a prolonged period of time. Anything that can reduce that will allow the person to get up and walk around a lot faster.
And I know the big push is, there have been a few of these out there before, but people who are on blood thinners haven't been able to take them. That's different here, though, right?
Right. There is a competitor on the market, and it's actually available for pets and various other things, but they are not approved yet by the FDA for people on blood thinners, whereas this is. And another thing that they're launching right here in the Bay Area, actually in Sarasota, is this one, and it's basically to help people with nosebleeds. So you dip this into the powder, and then they can put it up in the nose, pinch the nose, and then hopefully stop the bleeding.
Very good. Local company, even locally made, not just designed and packaged,
That's right.
but locally made.
That's right, locally made.
We don't hear that every day.
No, we don't.
All right, Dr. Joe, thanks.